What's up, YouTube? Finally back with another video. Gonna be making the first video on the sawmill. Haven't had much use on it. It's got 5 hours on it. Surprisingly, we've been super busy. It's October 21st. We got this thing back in June and we've only put 5 hours on it, so that shows you how much we've used it. Gonna do a quick overview of it. It's a LT40 super hydraulic. It's got a diesel on it, wireless control. It's all loaded. So let's do the overview. So this model here, it's got the 27 horsepower or 37 horsepower Yanmar, I don't quite remember. It's got the auto set feature, so you can automatically go down and up for different board sizes. So if you get your log all set and you want to get 1-inch boards, you can set it for 1 inch. And all you got to do is tap down on this and it goes down automatically to 1 inch, and it will keep going till you get to the bottom. We ended up opting for the heavy duty outriggers, I guess, or the heavy duty these things here, heavy duty jacks. We didn't opt for them at first, but we ordered this sawmill in November of 2020. It was 8 weeks out. It didn't come in till May. So like January rolled around and we called them back and we were like, hey, we wanted to add all the options to it because, you know, it's taken forever. We haven't gotten it yet. And we decided that we want all the options. The guy kind of chuckled. He's like, you know, I'm glad you did, because a lot of people don't do that and they really regret it. So the extra money it was for the jacks and the heavy duty guide rollers. There was something else in there, I don't quite remember. It's got the auto, lube on it here, and you can adjust how much lubrication you want there. It's got the debarker, and at first we got the wide head. We weren't going to get the wide head, but again, it took so long to come in that I finally convinced my father to order the wide head. And he didn't want the wide head because at first the debarker on the wide head only worked down to like a 7-inch log. So if you're cutting posts for fencing, it wouldn't work. But this will actually go all the way into the smallest log that you could put on it. So they changed, it's like a double joint here. So now I'm gonna kind of set it up here and kind of go over it a little bit more. As you can see there, oh, it's got 8.5 hours on it. Thought it was 5. So these have a really thick pad on them. So they call them fine adjustment jacks or outriggers. I don't quite remember, but they are awesome. Never run it. You always There we go. So now that'll flip down. That's for the logs. It's got automatic levelers, front, or that's back, front, automatic dog, hydraulic dog clamp, and then auto roller there. It's not a bi-directional roller. Let's start this thing up. So another thing, so it does have a hydraulic chain tensioner. So you got a little hydraulic gauge, and when you're first running the blade for the day, you want to set it, says here between 2800 and 3000. Bump it up to like 33, and usually when the blade gets hot, it'll loosen itself up. So now let's go put the first log on. So this here is a hickory log that I've had sitting around. This is what the head sits in. So you just gotta make sure that you fold it down. It's been a while. Roll it right on there. So I usually just keep it like that to slide stuff off too. So pretty much what I'm looking now for is just what saw path I want to take. And I'll probably cut off the top, and then I want 2-inch boards. Just a nice easy cut here. So what's cool about the auto set, turn this on before I forget. Oh. Yeah. So what's cool about the auto set is sorry for the glare here. So if I go auto down, right, so now we're in auto down, and I set it for 1 1/16 inches because I was making grade stakes. So now this button here is for the height adjustment. So if I just tap this button down, it goes down 1 1/16 inches each time. And all I gotta do is just tap that button. Now let's say I go down, make a pass, and I come up, and I come back to here. If I tap this again, it'll go 1 1/16 inches below the last time where it went up. So if I go up again, I bring the head back, tap it down again, it goes down 1 1/16 inches. So I'll set that back to manual. I'm gonna go up here. So this is the control panel. This adjusts your forward speed. This here does the board return, which we don't use. It's not really that good of a system here. So this does your debarker. So when you turn it on and you move the head forward, the debarker comes on, and then you use this one. This goes left and right to bring it in and out. So, and then this here, this does your lubrication. So that's off. You can do a pulse, and you can set the pulse amount so that when you're moving forward, you can see here, it pulses. But we usually, depending on the type of wood, softwood you want to use probably on continuous, but hickory will probably use a little less. This is the discharge chute. You can either keep this down. You want the nice even pile of them, but we kind of keep them up, and then they keep this on there so if the blade ever breaks, it doesn't come flying at somebody if they're standing right there. So now we're going to get into the wireless control. Oh, okay. Now I figured out the problem. Okay. So I had it in the forward motion, but I didn't have the speed set, so it wasn't moving forward. So that's why it wasn't working. But you press the on button, twist this, right? And now the light is flashing green, and now it will work automatically from here, which is awesome. You can do a lot of the main stuff: blade on, board return, debarker in and out, and then the speed, and you can do your blade support there. So it's pretty awesome. And we opted for this instead of the control panel because you can follow the head while you're going forward to look at stuff and make sure your clearances are good. So let's just turn this baby on and let's take the first cut here. It's actually a pretty nice hickory log. See, it got a little wavy in here on this knot, but let's flip it upside down and take another cut here. I'll probably flip it over 180. Yeah, I'll flip it over 180 here. So now I'll take one off the top there. So if you guys are wondering what this is just a plaster scraper. And I just use it to scrape off the log. All it is a stainless steel one because I leave it outside and I didn't want it to rust. So I spent the extra money on a stainless steel one. So now I think I'll show you guys how the auto feature works. So we'll flip this 90 degrees, get this side on the bottom, and then we'll start taking some 2-inch slabs. I usually make my 2-inch boards 2 1/4 because they'll warp a little bit and they're uneven. So if I leave them 2 1/4, somebody could finish it to 2 inches. So if we do that, we'd have 9.5 inches left. You know, some people might want the live edge, so I think I'll flip it back the other way and we'll just make some live edge boards out of it. So if we measure it now, 9 inches would be perfect because that'd give you 4 boards. We're at 11.5. Actually, that'd be perfect at 2 1/4. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring the head forward. I'm gonna come down to the board was at 11.5, so I'll bring this down to 11.5. I'll take a little cut off there, but what I'll do is so I'm going to use the pattern feature on this one because auto down, it'll just keep going 2.5 inches down and then it'll stop if it can't go 2.5 inches down anymore. But if you set up the pattern, I had this at the 1 1/16. So what pattern does is you set it to the height that the log's at, and when you bump down, it will automatically take out what you need. Like if you have it set for 2 1/4, and if you were to go with the auto down, you'd end up with a 1/2 inch piece. This is going to take out the 1/2 inch piece first, and it calculates the kerf of the saw blade into it. So if we just go down 2 1/4 all the way, we have it set. So now we're set to 11.5. If I just bump this, if I just bump that, see, it didn't have to take anything out. We're at like 9 3/8. So the log was already pretty close to it. So let's go and take our cuts. See, now we're back. If I just bump that down, it goes down automatically to what I need. So let's finish sawing these up. So I messed up on the auto set. I'm still not getting used to it. On this cut, I exited out of the auto set. So when I went down, it went down to here. Then I had to reset it. So it corrected for this cut, which was here, and took out this much to get 2 more 2 1/4 inch boards. But if we push this off here, and I know people usually on YouTube, they take the bucket of water and they, you know, they spread it on there to show you how it looks finished, but I don't have water available. So it's actually a pretty nice board. There we go. Oh, that's a nice dark figuring right there. And people say that yard trees don't make nice wood. Look at that, that's gonna look so nice. But, too bad I messed it up right here. This board might be salvageable, but that sucks. Oh well, somebody might buy it. Not worried about it. I've got 2 more on the trailer to saw, so. This piece is salvageable because it's like 1.5. There we go, here's a 2 inch. Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome. That would be a perfect, you know, they might have to take this off, but that Amazing bar top.